Hey everybody, it's Abby. So I want to do some channeling this morning, and I haven't decided yet what I'm going to channel about, so it'll be a mystery. Okay, so I'm just gonna relax and then we'll just see what images come, okay? Alright, so give me a minute here to get in the zone. Alright, so like really excited and nervous at the same time, because if I don't have a topic, I don't know what's gonna happen, you know. But Avery's been like a big part of my morning, so I'm just sure he's gonna somehow show up in this. So Avery's my human alien friend, and okay, so I'm starting to relax a little bit and starting to feel energy. So let's just see what Avery has to say today, okay? And we'll see. So super relaxing right now, super energy right now. It's relaxing me. So I'm just gonna follow this, and we'll see where it goes. All right. Okay. So there's Avery, and he's wearing clothing, which he's wearing like what is a white sort of robe or something. It doesn't have like sleeves like a t-shirt or anything like that. It's just like one piece. He has these like lines, and so when I start seeing things about him, he's like, what do you see? And I was like, I see you in a white robe. I just said that. But she's really just like prying to get me to ask myself questions about why I see what I see, and what it means to me and stuff like that. So give me a minute here, and we'll just he's telling me, he's like, just follow along, Abby, and stop interrupting. okay, I will. Okay, so what do you see? So I see him, and he's got his arms held out, and I've been seeing this a lot lately. But he has his arms sort of held out, and so when you're like open, you actually are open to energy. I mean, when you're sort of down in the dumps, you like kind of curl up, and you don't want anybody like your chakras and everything just sort of like gets sort of hidden, or you just try to hold your own chakras, or I don't understand it exactly, but it's different, and you can even test the sensation of it. But if you like scrunch up for a while versus you open yourself up, now you're like opening yourself up to receiving is what it is. So when you do sort of like put your arms out to the side and you're just standing up, and you're just actually open to receiving energy, and you can feel it. You actually can feel it. And when you're in this state of being, you can even say, I am open to receiving healing. And you can even call angels and love and colors and rainbows and all that stuff, and it can access every part of you. And there's nothing to do but actually stand here and open up and say, I am ready to receive love. I am ready to receive light. He's saying this is a very accurate depiction. He needed me to go talk about this. So I've been seeing this a lot lately, this position of opening your arms outward and then being open to receiving. It's like a super time right now where you need to be in a state of receiving love and energy from every corner, every place you can access it. It says you don't have to know where this love comes from. It just be open to receiving it. Actually be open to receiving it. You know, some of us humans are actually like really good at just like being nice to everybody, and don't expect anything nice in return. It's like, do something nice for yourself. Open your arms out to the sides and lift yourself up, and just be standing up straight and say, I am open. I ask Archangel Michael to come and fill my body with love, fill my body with light. Heal me now. I am ready to be healed now. Speak like that. Speak with confidence and open yourself up to receiving. That is what this is right now. This is kind of interesting, because I'm starting to notice, like, I've done the channeled videos for December and then January, and now February I did one. And at the beginning of February, there's like this super energy of just sort of like newness and just sort of magic and embracing new things. And And I'm noticing February's kind of got this like new wave of energy coming through, and so it's interesting. The feeling of February is changing itself, and you get into a new full moon, and the cycle of energy changes, and so I started to feel that, and this is really a good message for right now, because right now in February, if there's anything you could do right now, it's just receive love and receive healing and receive energy, and just open yourself actually to receiving. So this is what Avery is talking about right now. He says, it doesn't matter what you perceive me wearing. What matters is that you perceive how I am standing. It's like kind of a funny knock on like, what does a human being see first? Whatever you're wearing. That's so silly. Okay, so so let's see what he has to say next. So he understands that that human beings have this sort of way where we try to make sense of things by how things look, and how we see things, and then how the way that whatever the appearance is of what it looks like, how that actually makes us feel inside as the appearance is going into our eyes and into our brain, and then as our brain analyzes it. So this is very like, so Avery has this sort of like he's sort of like a mastermind, in that he likes to study beings, and I can't even say beings all the time, because what he studies isn't exactly like maybe you could call it an animal or something like that, but he explores creations in a universe, not just like, it doesn't feel like it's just in our galaxy. So okay, just so yes, so he says what would be like, I study, what he shows me is like like a PhD or somebody in a library studying, and he's like obsessed with learning about creations. And let's see what he says about himself. See, I already know this about him, but I don't actually ask him these questions, just sort of develop this, sort of get this about him over time, but I don't actually like, okay, so just tell me exactly what you do, because this is what I understand that you do. So I'm just going to ask him to tell us more about what he does. So, okay. He loves interacting. He likes interacting in new ways, ways that are different from where he lives. Interacting with a mind that thinks differently than my mind, is what it is. It's really like into how the mind thinks, or how the mind behaves, or how the mind is sort of studies its environment. How does the mind adapt to its environment, live in its environment, examine its environment? He's really into studying the mind, I guess. So that's what he's showing me. Sort of like an infinite awareness as well, which he has this sort of infinite sort of sensation of. So he shows me what is light coming down, and then that's all it's doing right now. It's just he is standing, and then light is coming down before him, is what I'm seeing. So. And what he's wearing has more sort of decoration on it, sort of like embroidery or something, but not like all over it. Just in some two sections, it's got like a yellow sort of stitching, and then like a purple on the other side. So one side has a yellow sort of like line, like this, like a squiggle line almost, and then the other side has a squiggle line, identical squiggle line of purple. There's something to these colors. And there's something to this light that he's showing me too. So every one of these details is accurate in what it is trying to depict about me, about what I'm sharing, about who I am. He really needs me to know that what I share there's nothing wrong. He's saying that what I'm sharing is right, and that I worry about what I share. I worry that I got it wrong, and that's like such a normal thing for a human being, especially a human being who really cares, a human being who like has a really big heart, really cares, really wants to get the facts straight and the information right, and because I'm channeling information, it's different. You have a different experience of of thought. I mean, it's not even thought, it's pictures coming through, and it can feel very much like your imagination sometimes. But I'm sort of way beyond that point of guessing, that wondering, feeling like it's my imagination. I know it's beyond my imagination, but still I still do go into that sort of state where it's like, did I even get this right? I just, you know, so I second guess myself, but he wants to reassure me that this is, what I'm seeing is right, even if I don't understand what any of it means yet. Okay, so let me just take a drink of coffee really quick. I like showcasing this mug because it's got a heart, you know, it's like about love. And images of love are like, so we don't really acknowledge them. And even McDonald's has like this like really sweet sign that talks about love. It doesn't matter that you're going to get like Happy Meals and French fries. Like, I love anywhere I can see some sort of sign or some indication where it is programming me to think about love. I like so embrace that. Human beings literally need to have jobs where all they do is create signs and songs and television shows, and just to showcase love, feelings of love, images of love, all that stuff. If that was just feeding into our brains all day long, we would be such loving people. It wouldn't take that long for us to just alter like that and just become like bright sunshines to each other, because all we would be thinking about all day long is love, literally. So I'm like making you think about love right now because I'm doing this. It's like love cup. February, Valentine's Day, love cup. It's like, it's what it's all about, you know. Okay, so he's showing me, I'm like second guessing this, but I don't know what so okay, in the light, beneath the light is what is this guy coming to talk to us, basically. See, I don't know, this is Reggie, this is my African alien. He's quite, already, just looking at him, he's so loud, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do today, if I was going to channel Avery or Reggie or my Pleiadian woman, so it seems like they're just going to take turns. It's so weird because Avery can just talk to anybody in the universe, just like, it's not that hard, it's not that big of a deal. And for us to think about just talking randomly to like anything living in an infinite universe is just sort of like, that just sounds so crazy, you know what I mean? So for Avery to actually know this guy, it's like, what do you know about this guy? You actually like, hang out with this guy? You actually know this guy, Avery? He's like, yeah, I do know this guy. That's so funny. Okay, so Reggie is sort of becoming a part of the picture now. I name him Reggie. He's like super loud and just so happy, so happy. Have you ever been around somebody who's just so happy? And even when you're in a really bad mood and you're just sort of annoyed that they're so happy, like their unwavering loud happiness and just love of every single person around them is sort of like, it just has that way of disintegrating away all of these other feelings, and then suddenly you're just like, all right, I give in to happiness, thanks. He's sort of that sort of energy. And so I'm just watching the images change. So what is Avery with his like a scholar, like this super scholar, and then Reggie's sort of rising into the image from light. He says the light comes from Reggie. Light is above Reggie's head, and he's sort of coming into the picture from below and then going upward. It's sort of like we come from everywhere, from up, down, right, left, and we come from all these different places. And so he's entering this sort of picture, and everything is changing about the image now, and everything is just getting blanked out, so all I see is just like a black screen. So there's nothing there right now, so we'll see what happens next. And so Reggie is becoming a very, I'm just going to follow the picture, but Avery has this way of like, he likes to wear many different hats, so I can't always tell that it's Avery sometimes. And now I'm quite certain that he's showing me that we are all one. We are all as one, and we see ourselves as individuals. There's nothing wrong with him sort of aligning with this vibration, or being one with what the expression is. But I'm just gonna stop, and so it's a blank screen, and I'm sort of seeing Reggie sort of becoming a part of the screen. So give me a second here and we'll see what happens. Alright, so everything's really quiet, and now I just hear what is like really peaceful, a really peaceful sensation. It's all very peaceful, almost like I'm in a meadow, and there's just fresh natural grass and flowers and butterflies, and you just hear birds chirping and sort of like the morning sounds of nature. So you hear birds chirping in the morning very distinctly, and it's sort of like the sound of the sun rising, even the sound of nature in the morning but it's showing me it's not morning time, but it's really bringing out these natural sounds of nature, and it's very peaceful, very harmonious, very relaxed sort of feeling there. It's very relaxing, super relaxing. Sort of like, so you look at the blue sky, you know, and then you lay there and look at the blue sky, and then you sort of wonder, like there's nothing you have to do today, you know? Have you ever had that feeling, like there's just nothing you have to do today? No responsibilities, no nothing to do, and, but it's like this most peaceful, harmonious sensation. So what is a human being who's like constantly trying to keep up with life, you know what I mean? And then to go to this peaceful place and look at the sky and say there's nothing to do, and now all of a sudden it's like the oddest, most amazing feeling. Like even when you're on vacation, you still feel like, you know, you're still thinking about other things, you know, and it's hard to just release and let go. You're even thinking about the vacation ending way too soon. Even that alone is just that feeling that just sort of overrides the ultimately peaceful sort of getaway sensation. So just staring up at the sky, there's nothing to do right now but stare at the sky and feel peaceful. And this meadow is what this is. So everything is just still so peaceful. And there's no sounds anymore. It's all just getting so quiet. And it's not scary or anything. It's like almost like I'm falling asleep in this meadow. And in that way, I'm like so peaceful. And everything is like turning into a dark state again, where it's just nothingness. And so I'm just waiting for something to happen. Just waiting. It's sort of like walking down a dark corridor, and I know there's sort of some sort of beam of light on the other side of this door, and they're like walking me through compartments of my mind or something like that. They're walking through compartments of what it's just different perceptions of being, really. It's really odd. So everything's really quiet in this corridor, and there's other doors, but there's this one door at the very end that I'm supposed to walk through. And so I'm there, and I'm just opening the door, and it's opening, and I'm walking through to the other side, and it's sort of like bizarre because this whole like room now is like flying away into like the vast nothingness. And then there's this sort of beam of light that is coming down, and so I'm walking into this beam of light, and then it is beaming on top of me. So I'm choosing healing, is what they say. And when I choose to walk into this beam of light, I am choosing to walk to healing, actually go to healing, choosing to heal. Reggie actually is an expression of healing, like this. His voice and his energy is healing. This whole video is about healing right now. Different ways of healing, different ways of experiencing peacefulness is so healing. The thought of having absolutely nothing to do but just enjoy this like peaceful state of being. There's no time, there's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do. and then choosing to open your body up and receive healing. But now I'm sort of in this sort of vast nothingness, but there's this beam of light that is like pounding down from above onto my head, downward. And then, so I'm just waiting. And so I'm supposed to say this. This is you too, okay? So you say, I literally walked down this hallway through this door and into the other side to actually walk into this beam of light. I'm choosing these things at every step. I'm choosing to gravitate towards healing. That's what this is. So I say, I choose healing now. You need to say, I choose healing now. This isn't just my journey. This is all of our journeys. That's what Avery's talking about. He blends with him because we are all one. I may seem like an individual, but we are all connected. We are all as one. So when I choose healing, you need to say, I choose healing too. And so now we are choosing healing together. We are all healing together. This is a big deal. Human beings need to choose healing, and we need to heal together, and we need to heal each other. So, okay, so I choose healing now. I choose to embrace this light. I choose to be one with light, and I allow light to heal me now. So, and everything is becoming different. What is like really pretty colors? So I can feel light coming down through my head and into my body. You say this light is like cleaning me out, cleaning out sort of debris of lower vibrations that I collect throughout each and every day. And every single one of us needs to do this. And so that's what they're saying, that's what they're doing right now. Healing me. They're healing you too. You have to choose to do this if you want to receive this healing. That's what this is. Don't be shy. Just say it and feel that way inside. Actually choose, I choose healing now. I choose to allow this light to enter into my head and cleanse me. And you'll feel it. They say this is healing me of lesser thoughts. Thoughts that prevent me from having confidence is what it is. So lesser thoughts that tell me that I'm not doing it right, or worry about what people think or whatever. And so cleansing me, sort of altering my mind in this way, and then freeing me sort of from what that is. Such energy. Let's see. I'm just gonna relax and allow this to happen, and then wait for the next thing. It's sort of like they're just sort of talking to me about things that I think about all the time. I think same things that all of us think about all the time. It's sort of like how can we be a part of a bigger picture? How can we I work a job like everybody else, and my job prevents me from making videos as often as I want to. My job prevents me from answering emails, and I like can't stand it because I want to connect with people, and so my job prevents me from doing that. And my job is my income. I don't have income from anywhere else, so I have to have a job, and the job then prevents me from being my spiritual self. And so all of this is sort of they're sort of showing me these thoughts that I have about sort of my job is sort of exhausting me and making me feel really sad that I can't be always involved in what is the most meaningful thing to me, And this is something that's literally saying this to me, through me. This is something all human beings who are watching your video also resonate with. Human beings that want to participate in human awakening, want to be a part of this, want to see change, every human being wonders how they can be a part of this, how they can, what are their gifts, what can I share, and how can I share it, how can I be involved in this. But I work a job, I have a family, I have, responsibilities. I mean, me alone, I work a job Monday through Friday like everybody else, and then I get off work. I have 3 kids, so I'm a mom. And Saturday I did Girl Scout stuff from until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, from 10 o'clock until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was Girl Scout stuff. So already I'm like trying to be involved doing spiritual things. So like Sunday, I didn't get to make a single YouTube video. Like, that drives me insane when I can't share. So it's sort of this need to share just builds up inside of me and drives me insane. And there's nothing I can do about it but wait, And then finally, Sunday I had free time, and I made 3 videos because I had to. If I didn't make those videos, I was going to lose my mind. And so they're talking about, what is my balance in my life, and how am I sort of balanced, and, what am I here to do? What is my purpose? What am I supposed to do? So a lot of human beings right now who have a spiritual connection, who have an awareness of this, who have a relationship with this, they too ask these questions. So this is all one big message. This is not just Avery, this is not just Reggie, this is spiritual too, this is spirit as well. This is one big message. This is a conglomeration of voices all participating in this discussion. Literally, like, what is a think tank? And we all come together and try to figure this thing out together, You start by opening up to receiving love, like this, and you allow love to come in. And calling Archangel Michael is extremely wise choice, is the best way I can describe it, is a good choice. He enters in and he does exactly as you ask him. He wants to heal you. He wants to ground you. He wants to balance you. He wants to do these things for you. He wants to actually cleanse you of lesser vibrations and fill you with light and fill you with healing. You need healing. I need healing. We all need healing. We all need healing because every day of our lives is hard. And it does disturb us. And it does make these thoughts very easy. They're like sponges, They're like these little thought bubbles of how I'm not as awesome, And then they're just like, bing! And then they start getting attached to you, and then you just start like feeling that way a lot more, and then they just bog you down. So Archangel Michael gets those awful thought bubbles out of your head and cleanses and purifies your body, so that way you can be free and think clearly, We all need to have this cleansing and what is cleaning of thought, cleaning of mind. This is why I was relating to Avery's sort of. He is very impressed, sort of intrigued, sort of fascinated even with how we are as a species, as a creation. So many thoughts, so many ways of perceiving, constantly battling the mind all day, every single day. He does not have to battle his mind. He doesn't. So it's like every day is a very hard day for us because we're constantly battling these sort of thought bubbles that get attached to us, and then we don't know how to get them out of there. So they're really showcasing healing right now. Every one of us, like right now in February, is time to open your body up and allow healing to enter and release the thought bubbles, release the lesser value, release the negative. And that's what this whole thing about. And Reggie is a symbol of like joy and laughter. So when you think of being bogged down, literally think of this guy, the super loud, joyful guy that loves everybody and doesn't want anybody to be down and out. Like we'll let you be down and out if you choose to be. But he's gonna try and cheer everybody up who wants to be happy with him. and then he's going to let his happiness have some sort of like seeping way of getting into you and then infecting you with joy, so then you can become out of, get out of your little funk and then actually be like, okay, I'll be happy now, and then actually open up to receiving happiness. It's like a symbol of like joy, and like unwavering joy and happiness and love of all. That is what he is. And Avery's like this sort of super smart guy. But this all has to do with opening up to receiving healing, choosing to heal right now. So what else are we talking about here? We are each on our own journey. We are each journeying, taking our own unique steps down the hallway of our choosing, choosing the doors that we want to open to see what is on the other side. That is life. You take your own steps, and then you choose which door, and then you go through the door and see what is on the other side. That is the gift of life, is to explore. Explore your consciousness, explore your mind, explore your body, explore your society, explore your relationships in this society. Your mind is telling you want to change. Your mind is telling you want to see differently. Your mind is telling you, I want to feel love. I want to feel peaceful. I want to be in the field staring up at the sky and feeling that peaceful every single day. But yet you keep walking through the doors that take you into town and put you in your chair and have you stare at a computer screen all day, not doing what actually is freeing you, And they're talking about this, so I don't know how to describe this. Some sort of new system of helping each other connect and help taking care of each other, supporting each other through this choice to change and do it differently is literally the only way you can describe it. What it could only be described as a help group, and then everybody sort of ventures into the help group, and then everybody puts out on the table what it is their goal is, to create a spiritual society, or I call what we live in a fear-based society, because it terrifies you and prevents you from having the freedom to experience love and loving interactions, and the freedom to live without money, and to love and take care of each other just freely. A free connection to interact with Mother Earth. A free connection to just be a living organism in an infinite universe. You can't just be a living organism. You have to put on clothes and do your hair just right, and then go to your car, which you have to maintain, and then drive, and then, it's just constantly all these things that you have to be doing all the time, So there's very little freedom to just be a living organism. And so you go into this sort of group room, and there's a lot of people there, and it's sort of like we're all on the same page, but the focus is, I have this gift of working with plants, and then another person says, well, I have this gift of healing. Another person says, well, I'm an architect. Another person is an artist, and another person is a musician, and so each person comes to the table with their unique gift, and then each person also is well ingrained in the society. So you have to work together to sort of come up with solutions. They say that each group then has a channeler. So let's just say like 10 or 15 people in a room, with each person has a unique gift. Some people are like super organized, or just like really good at organizing things. Some people are I'm talking about people who may not know what their spiritual gift is, but they have like some like awesome human gift of just being so organized. Like that's a gift too. We each have our unique talents. Some of us are just really good salesmen. We just like to talk to people and showcase whatever the idea is. That too is like a super special gift, and that is helpful as well. And so everybody sort of asks what, you have a channeler, and then they're sort of, this is literally what they're telling me. This is what they're showing me. This is this thing that they're showing me. And then what is asked is, how can we help each other, to because you can't just talk about helping. You can't just talk about change. You actually have to come up with ideas and then choose to actually execute the ideas. You can't just talk about them. This is the hardest part, is execution, they say. So you have to have sort of a somebody who can help as a director or something, that with a spiritual connection. That's the only way I can describe it. This is the oddest thing, because I've never had this sort of thought come to me before, and I've never had this. I don't step into groups very easily, and I keep to myself quite a lot. So, like YouTube videos, that's like me sharing myself, and so when I get interactions back through like email or comments, I want to respond, and then my life I was always getting in the way. But if I don't make these YouTube videos, then I'm losing my mind. So I like YouTube videos have to come first, and then I have to make my connections. And so so for them to start talking to me about how can we start helping each society develop and step into like a whole new greener grass, you know, you actually have to like have magnets of people coming together in oneness, and then sharing their gifts, and then sharing their ideas, and then actually choosing to execute and create change. It's literally what it is. They say change is coming, change will come. There's no doubts, absolutely no doubt about it. So that is what they're showing me. Help each other. The message is about helping each other. How do you find each other? You find each other by creating like a common sort of group or meetup or something, and then you help each other. You actually choose to help each other, and then that showcases that human beings love each other, are on the same page, do have the same dreams, and then you start gravitating more people into a group. That is what this is about. They're talking about how, you know, about having common connections. Avery and Reggie. Avery, this super, two different personalities, still coming together in oneness to help share a message. You see what I mean? Two different beings, two different expressions in a universe, coming together to share, to be involved in this message. Others, they say there's more than Avery, Reggie. There's lots of us here helping you with this conversation. We too are bonded together to help, however we can help, you know, and then human beings then choose to gravitate and towards each other too, to help each other. This is like super a big time what they're saying about this. Okay, so like ready to call this video a video. I'm like, I've been going through so many weird steps on it, and it's never what I expect, you know. I like it when I actually kind of know what I'm going to talk about, and I didn't this time. So to recap, this whole video is about healing. This whole video is about opening up and then choosing healing, choosing to receive healing. Actually stand up in your living room and then open up like, you know, just open yourself up like a flower to the sun. The flower does not do this to the sun. The flower goes this to the sun. So the sun can share its warmth and healing and light and all that stuff with the flower. So you have to be that way too. You got to open yourself up to receiving, and then you actually have to choose to receive healing. And then literally, you could choose to. All of these things are about healing. All of these things are ideas of how to relax, ideas of how to find peace, ideas of how to embrace sort of a peaceful sensation, and then to allow that beam of light to come through. Every time you watch this video, that beam of light's not going away. That's going to be there forever. So you watch this video 20 years from now, and that beam of light is still going to be there, ready to beam through your head and clean you out. So this video's actually got a healing component into it. And then it's just sharing the need for human beings to come together in oneness and to help each other, to find each other, find human beings of the same common ground. We are all living normal lives, so to speak, and then we all have sort of these gifts, you know, and we don't really know how to incorporate them to change things. And so you have to, how do you do that? Do you do that by just sitting alone in your house and thinking about it, or do you do that by actually coming together with other people and talking about things and figuring out ways to help each other, figure out ways to do these things? Have somebody who who can actually help share ideas to execute things from other realms. Like this, it's really odd. They're sort of reminding me about how back in the day, so to speak, what is the leader of a tribe? It would be a shaman, or somebody who had a spiritual connection, somebody who had this gift of sharing wisdom from a higher realm, and then people trust or follow in this. This is not an insane choice. This is not a psychopath choice. You follow society, for instance. You have a politician, you have a government, you have all these things. You already acknowledge that it's not working. It doesn't work. So what do you have to do instead? You have to actually choose to have a spiritual leader or a guide, or somebody who has a spiritual connection that can share love, like advice of love. They're even talking about Atlantis, and Atlantis being even a society where there wasn't like a government in that way, but people were sort of in oneness with light, in oneness with light, in oneness with balance, balance and harmonic, towards each other and in relationships, and discovering their gifts and then sharing their gifts. And some people had gifts to work with sacred stones, and then some had healing, and some did incredible things they did incredible things in Atlantis. They didn't do incredible things in Atlantis by having a rules book and a bunch of library full of law books and a judge and a jury and a political agenda and money and religion. They didn't do it in Atlantis with all of these things. They actually did it in Atlantis by being people who came together with common dreams, sharing their talents, putting their talents on the table, and then learning how to build around that, learning how to showcase the gifts, you know, and then other people gravitating. So you start small and then things change. This is literally what they're talking about, reminding you of this. Nobody wins when you have a voting system. Voting does not. This voting system is about money. This voting system is you actually buy the person who will be representing everybody, and that person that is bought does not often represent everybody. That person often represents whatever is the flow of, literally negative flows of energy, and the negative flows of energy that have created a society that we all want to get out of. That is what we are voting for. We continue to vote for a society that we want to get out of, and yet we continue to vote for it. That's literally what they're saying. So this is what I can tell you for right now. Okay, so that's my video. It's like so long. I'm like ready to make really short videos, and not super long videos, because like not everybody can watch a really long video. But yeah, that's all I have for right now. So thank you for watching.